an eye out for that poll.
Okay, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, game pertama guys, Grand Final Apbr menentang dengan Blacklist International. Sama-sama kita saksikan siapakah yang bakal menangkan game ni. Dalam real ke ni? Paling real ni Rudy.
Here we go, game number 1. Apbr versus Blacklist International. And I gotta say, great adjustment from Blacklist International. Starting off with the Martis first pick. Let's not let what happened earlier in the weekend happen again.
Look at your screens. Who will gain more gold in this game is the Super Marco OHEP. Don't forget to comment your answer in the live stream chat with the hashtag #SmartPowersMPL S12. So let's see actually how long Renjay will be staying in the gold lane with.
Buat analyse bah. Kejap. Ni game pertama tadi guys Saya rewind balik. Buat saya tak dapat tengok tadi. Oh, Dirot Hyper.
Over there in the bottom lane,
lawan dengan
will get the first little wander.
So
the way I see it for Apbr, a lot of their condition actually goes.
Kenapa tak ada buat Roger Hyper dalam game bah? Sebab kurang function kot Rudy. Berapa lampu macam tengok konsert. Ya, konsert di mana?
Apbr needs to be able to trade in the sides. It can't just be all team fight, all objective fight. They have to get towers as well.
You know, and at the same time, I guess my biggest question is how well will this Dirath jungle work? Because, you know, I know that it can have success, but I feel like it does take a little bit longer for it to get going, to work, and then you're kind of, your weak point is when you're approaching those objectives, you might be a little easy to pick off and whittle down in comparison, right, to the Martis across from you.
I mean, it's less miserable as a fighter jungle in the Dirath to do lord dances, because we've seen how assassins do,
fighter ni aggressive ni.
Get in there. But here this time around, it's more of the mobility. That's what bothers me. And again, we have been very hard on Diraths all throughout the playoffs, and by we I mean me. I hate it when Diraths come into play, but now I'm a little
overrated about it,
jungle.
Boleh, tak ada issue pun. Dekat rank boleh lah, dekat tournament tak tahu. Macam kena tabrak banyak lah.
Gonna be this. Help out OHEB in the gold lane. Super Marco is having a difficult time there. Will Ogwen finally park himself there? And Apbr, let's see if they can continue this momentum. But it's not them in control. It's Blacklist just playing a slightly more reserved playstyle for now.
Folks, I didn't notice, but check this out. So far, every team that wins the first game in a series wins 6 out of 7 times. I'll take those stats.
That's what is that percentage? That's 6 out of 7?
6 out of 7, I'd say that's 80-something.
Quick math.
80-some%.
Something like
win
that.
rate.
Yeah.
Dia sangat tu bahaya tu. Best of berapa ni pa? Kena menang 4. Best of 7.
My teacher in grade school said I was great at history, so checks out.
Yeah, there's a lot of numbers in history, a lot of dates. So let's see when these two will next see each other for their next date. Looks like downward rotation for Blacklist International. Seems like it's going to be a full 5-man once it gets there. They really want to pressure Super Marco, but Ogwen's there for the vision.
Yeah, and with this, you can see already they're paying attention a
sebenarnya
lot to the goal
kalau
line,
nak
right?
cakap
Nothing
ni kan
happening here, and if you're considering a lot
draw
of these
kan,
early
aku rasa
games, you know, this is
dua-dua
kind of
okey juga
unusual.
sebab dia
Usually
counter
there's
balik
something
tau.
happened before that first
Macam
turtle, but since it was
ESP
given up,
dia
they're just trying
ada
to find
Teris.
their positioning here.
Yep.
Teris ni confirm menang lane lawan apa ni, apa hero Flat KZ ni guys. Lupa Arlot.
Between them and Blacklist, but wait.
Susah Arlot buat rotation.
Presence down bottom.
Oh, they have to help out Super Marco.
Dia ada Valentina boleh curi Alkifa Ramis.
Already taken a half, quite a bit
In
of
fight doang.
damage
Cuma
already.
Apbr ni makin agresif hero daripada 3 untuk bazikan ulti Digi. Tak tahu macam mana team fight composition dia ni.
These
two teams right now, they have a good understanding of each other's rotations. Let's see if they can commit GTPs.
Gonna fight for this purple buff. Want to force Sensui out of it. He is at half health.
Oh, dapat curi.
And it's taken.
Oh, Kyle TZ guilty of 1 count. 4 minutes in. Turtle spawning in 3.
Okay, so now that means Blacklist International might be a little bit more reserved and cautious with trying to compete for this next turtle. Let's see how they equalize it because now after closing in on 5 minutes, Apbr is controlling majority of the map. The biggest problem right now really is that gold lane. Super Marco.
Nak tahu boleh tak boleh dekat ni tournament lah, try bawa Rudy. Bagi aku susah gila nak hidup, jujur cakap. Unless kalau enemy bawa assassin lah, bawa lawan hero tank fighter je ni agak sedikit suka sebab tank fighter lebih pun agresif main dia. Jungle pun risau tak boleh farm.
Currently 5 minutes into game number 1, Apbr building up quite a bit of a gold lead onto Oheb here. What is that? 200, 300 gold between him and Super Marco.
Yep.
So that's what all of those rotations, all of those little moments that they trade off elsewhere on the map, that's where it's going.
All right, the question now is who's going to be able to take or force a fight first, because we're at this point where if you lose a fight here big time, you're going to lose first towers.
There's the onward, Sensui. Gonna go ahead and Moral Coil has the rest of the team here to help him out. Kyle TZ in the front. Is he gonna be able to withstand
Hidup.
this? Comes
Dia ada
through.
William.
Still gonna be fighting
counter attack balik,
Sensui.
boy.
Finally fall, but the answer, Kyle TZ goes
TZ
down
down.
as well. It's a 1-for-1. The junglers for each other. Now what do the teams do from there?
Okay, so AP Brand can just try to get a little bit more lane equilibrium. Kyle TZ fell down, but Few, man, we've praised you all season long, but wait,
Edward. He does have that body of Smith, BOS, the final
Boleh ni.
flash, the onward, toss him over.
Penalty zone
The
untuk lari.
defensive penalty zone out.
Gameplay PH ni memang macam ni guys.
Reptar, you were saying?
Kalau goal lane kena ganking kan, EXP tu memang datang auto datang bawah tu. Oh, Reniji down. Baik tu Marco.
It's okay if you interrupted
Tak
me,
Blacklist
Super
buat, tapi
Marco.
kalau boleh menang GG draw
Totally
ni.
fine. They get another kill there, but yes, Fuse timing with the Netherrealm very clutch.
400 gold ahead now, AP Brand. I could have sworn I saw a smile off of
Gameplay
Coach
dia memang
Ducky's
macam ni
face
guys.
as soon
Kalau
as
goal lane dia
Marco
nampak kan,
cracked
ganking
Renegade
3 orang dah
open.
turun
What's
bawah
the
kan.
item
EXP
game
auto
looking
turun
like?
baik.
How do you
Memang tak
explain
nak
this? Oheb
tak
is
nak
still up by
kurang
500
manpower
gold
teruk baik.
off of Marco despite AP Brand calling the shots the past minute.
Well, he was actually able to maximize the gold that you can get from the shielding, and most importantly, that usually means that Oheb was able to maximize the last hits on the
Betul.
minions over
Yang
Super Marco, which is
ketiga, guys,
understandable because Super Marco has just been pressured all game long.
Right now, Flap TZ, the one taking some pressure. Gonna be fine. Final slashes the minions in, clears them out. Turtle secured again for AP
Betul.
Brent.
Bersih
100%
dapatkan AP Brand.
of all of those first half objectives went over to AP Brand, and now we're seeing a major lead. 1,000 gold ahead, 7 minutes in, relatively low kill count game. What's the next move here for AP Brand?
Well, at some point they are going to have to find a pick-off or a skirmish somewhere, because Blacklist, little by little, are doing their traditional things, what they're known for, playing the map game, getting farm for Oheb, as we pointed out the gold lead later. So they're going to need to try and force something, but just be very calculated about it. Because right now, Blacklist International's lineup with the Martis, that its biggest threat is its counter-punish.
All right, well, with that said, we really haven't
Conceal.
seen much of a play here from Sensui, and we know what Martis are like, what Martis says
Edward
are like. They
digasak,
want a
Dr. TZ
snowball, and so
berundur.
far,
Ni
going
geng,
into this game, 8
tip-tip dia
minutes
geng.
in, 0-1 and
Orang
1.
main
Sensui's
kalau
yet
tower
to
tu
pull out
dapat
anything.
lepaskan, korang
They push
lepaskan
up
je
top,
guys.
though. The Hitman taking down a turret, and they're
At least
looking
jangan
to
sampai 2.
trade
Kalau
out
korang
down
mati,
bottom. Tier 2
tower
already.
pun enemy auto dapat bertambah kaya
Yep,
enemy.
Edward still,
Kalau
1
dapat
versus
lepaskan,
3.
lepaskan
Gotta
je
let
kalau
go of
teammate
this
tak ada
tier 2
guys.
as well.
Berdekatan untuk
This
bantu.
is the move from AP Brent
Mirror,
to set
better
up
mirror image.
for that first lord here. Flap TZ on the other side, trying to keep this one together. Gonna take some damage. Next wave gonna be pushing
Mirror
in.
aktif guys.
Oheb eyeing
Yang
this
cuba
tier 2
dapatkan juga.
turret with Renegade.
Oh,
They
tidak
back
nampak
off.
Well, that's what
Free
we were
brand yang
pointing
lebih
out
berjaya
at the
rotation
draft
dia.
earlier, even though the push didn't look that good for
Tapi next closure
inside of
revamp
AP Brand
counter
in
semua tank
terms
apa?
of
Ya
the
ke?
draft
Next,
index.
bukan sekarang
Brought
guys.
down Brody alone, even with
Start
the
ibadah,
damage
Nabil.
reduction onto the turret,
Dari
didn't
PBR
matter
team
to
baru
APB,
apa?
they were able
Convert
to get
mana-mana.
the tower in the
Dia
bottom lane. And that
brand,
was
team
the
brand.
key
Dia
to
collab
APB.
dengan AP. AP
Make
ni
sure
tak
that
tahu
they
brand
can
apa.
match or even play the
Branding
macro
apa.
game better than Blacklist
Ni daripada
International.
brand
So
e-sport.
far, they're able to
Nak
match
tanya
it
Pak,
because
ikut tak
of
like
that
game fight
sequence,
tak?
they're a
Sebab
little bit better.
tak like nak
About
MPB.
10
Tak,
seconds
tak.
until the Lord spawns. and
Ni
Sensui
juara
almost gets pulled in.
brand ni juara
So far, this has been a
M2
defensive
M
Martis.
series
We've been seeing 9
yang
minutes
kedua.
in. AP Brand approaching the 2,000 gold lead. Mid lane still hasn't been cracked though. At least Blacklist is holding on.
And I think these are two teams who really
Ikut kalah orang
understand the
Blacklist, ya.
importance of that middle tower. So they rotate very
Whoa.
quickly. Top side, top side.
Oh,
Ui, baik tu Marco.
again.
Solo
Super
kill.
Marco by himself wins that 1v1. And with that number advantage, AP Brent might just give this one a clear go for this Lord. Blacklist International wanting to contest it though. Sensui getting in position.
Ini je, dah buka ulti.
The answer from Edward with their own penalty zone.
Penalty zone.
Netherrealm comes through as
Memang kena
well.
counter ni, Digi tak ada ulti pula. Tiga fighter lah, memang agresif lah cerita dia geng. Lot pertama, predict score lah. Aku rasa macam AP Brand menang guys. Skor 4-2 kot. Ke 4-3. Blacklist ni kuat ke tau. Line up baru dia ni. Renegade ni dengan apa ni, siapa game baru? Sensui.
that Lord went down.
AP Brand's lineup is so hard to turn on. You've
Tapi
seen
nampak cerah
Blacklist
macam dekat
game
AP
after
Brand lah.
game, day after day here in the playoffs, turn like no one has ever turned before, especially in Lord dances. But against AP Brand, against this lineup that they've drafted,
3,500 golit dipegang oleh AP Brand.
left my mouth. It's working out
Jadi
so
aku tak
well.
layak game,
AP
tak
Brand
layak.
about 4K ahead here, 10 minutes in.
Dah kalah hamba 3 nak layak apa yang baik.
Up top,
Dua
that
team je guys.
solo kill there by
Untuk
Super
Philippines.
Marco. This is his first grand finals in the MPL Philippines stage, but
Whoa.
not his first grand finals.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Man, I gotta say this.
That's his response to being here.
Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You know what?
Dia
what's
lihat
kinda
ni
crazy
apa?
though?
Game pertama guys.
Is
Tadi
the
tak sempat
fact
tengok.
that Super
Jadi
Marco dealt with
tengok
how
baru game
much
pertama.
pressure
Kita tengok
in
daripada
early
awal.
game.
Yeah, no.
And where he is
Jadi
now.
kita tengok
It was
game
a
kedua.
3v1 all early game and
Buat baru
is it
balik,
not
guys.
Oheb that we
Ingat
talked
pukul
about
5
this
start,
time?
rupanya
Besides
4:30 dah
that,
start, guys.
now the tables have turned, shoes on the
Lagi-
other
tadi
foot,
lagi kena
and
rekawin
Marco's
nak jalan.
reaping all the benefits.
Yeah. AP Brand have such a good understanding of their power spike timers, and most importantly, how to get
Besar golit
those
ni,
power
5,000 ni.
spikes via objectives. We know Blacklist International are great with that as well, but again, so far, AP Brand have just done it better. And you mentioned it earlier, Leo. AP Brand's lineup right now is so hard to turn on when they're hitting their timings right in the team fights, and so far they have been.
Oh,
I don't know. Are they gonna pressure this one here?
Oh.
Wave clear is pretty good for Blacklist International, as you see. They hold on
sakit
to the
memang
base
aku.
turrets for now, but again, that was only
Jadi
the
awal.
first Lord. So right now, I guess a lot of this is on Blacklist
Jadi kepada datang, jangan lupa bantu-bantu saya like dan share lagi,
thrown at him.
there's a Lord coming out in about a minute and change. Marco
Tak
farming
call pun
out
dah
of his
start bawah.
mind like
Mampus lah.
Mr.
Tengah
Beast
tiba tak
giving out
muncul.
checks here.
Bug,
6K
FB banyak
gold
bug
lead
guys.
here.
Korang pergi
On
subscribe
April,
YT
choking
ke
out
guys,
all
YouTube
the
channel geng.
objectives.
Dan jangan lupa
Left
tekan
orange
turn
right
on
now,
notification bell.
giving it over to
Ha,
Kyle
InsyaAllah
Easy.
dapat noti.
Gentlemen,
Ke
I have a
aktif multi
theory.
platform ni
Coach
guys.
Ducky has hated
Dia akan ambil
on
MPL
Diggy
bila sampai
all
waktu
these
dia kot.
years. He's figured out how to beat it straight up.
Ni game mana bah?
Instead
Game
of
mana?
being the bane of his existence,
Game mana kau
now
nak?
he's just like,
Ahmad Saiful.
"Try it
Grand
again,
final
you know,
MPL
how-
Philippine.
I'm in the Hall of Legends now.
Right? I mean, I'm pretty sure it was also thanks to Coach Vren,
Of
the
course.
mastermind behind all of this, the brains behind Coach Ducky's brains. And it's
a lot of brains.
He's
so
got the
hard.
brawn though.
That too.
Brawn.
That too. So it's so hard to play Renege's Diggy right now. I mean, yes, at best, I hate to say this, his main contribution to this
Tengok PBR pick nol
12-minute game
Nak skin code. Tak ada
is
skin code.
vision and damage.
Yang
That's
tak bagi
it.
saya,
Time's
guys.
Journey, we haven't really seen it do much.
Yeah. And at the same time, if you actually look at the main crowd control abilities of AP,
Kalau ada, aku dah
it comes
share
back
guys, skin code.
quickly. It's not like they're trying to base it off of a long cooldown set. Yes, for example, let's put in there the final
Alright,
slash
lap kedua.
from Arlon.
Right.
They'll use the final slash, force a times journey, and then at some point in the fight, because of the lead that they have here, that final slash will be able to come back, and Black won't have that.
Oh yo, baik
There's
tu.
the final slash, as you mentioned. Edward gonna be in the front. He's got to back off though. AP
Ay.
Brand now still fighting up for the Lord. It looks
Ini
like
je
that's
asal
the
buka
time journey
ulti.
as well used. Blacklist International
Wah.
just has to go back to base and
Auto tak
defend.
boleh fight
And
bye.
here's what sucks about this whole engage for Blacklist. Few held on. Few held on to the
Heavy line mana lagi bah? YT YouTube.
Idol of the world there that
Pergi
you're
subscribe,
watching,
eh.
folks.
Aku multi-stream.
And again,
Multi-stream
we've
which is
touted
aku
you as
live
one of the
serentak
best
FB dan
never
juga
roam users all
YouTube
season
guys.
long. Few saying, I
Jangan
can
lupa
do
subscribe,
that
eh.
too, Youngblood.
Like dan share jangan lupa juga guys.
He's so good at timing
Mana
the
dah
Netherrealm.
subscribe jangan lupa turn
He
on
does it
notification
so
bell
well.
korang guys.
He
Ada
didn't
gambar
even
loceng
use
tu tekan
it.
kasih on.
That's how you know that
Supaya korang dapat notification setiap kali saya
timing
live.
it. If you don't use it, that means you're doing it properly.
So good. Woo!
Woo! Well, right now it's up to Blacklist International to be good.
Alright,
They
turret.
have to defend against
Bottom
this
pecah,
one. They are
mid
so
pecah
far
ni, guys.
behind.
Jadi
Lord's
teruk
gonna be
dulu
up
ni
here,
Marco
turrets in
ni.
the mid and bottom down. Let's see, AP Bren, do they want to actually pressure this in? We got to keep an eye out for a final slash initiation. These next waves going to be pushing in.
Oi, aku
Also
rasa ni end
open.
awal ni guys.
Both have
Game
the
pertama ni.
flicker available, but right now,
9.6
looks like
ribu
they're
gold
happy
lead.
with the two turrets.
Besar baik ni.
Just to go back to the thought I was making earlier also, the final slash now, it's literally just press this button if you want Renegade to use Time's Journey. Every time he's used the final slash, Renegade was forced to use it. Again, with the level disparity, he knows...
Conceal.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
baik.
it right there! That was it! The final slash to force the times
Ada
journey.
lima dah
They're
buka.
gonna battle it out. No one going down just yet.
Pak
Edward
TZ,
in trouble.
Pak TZ lama
Super
dia zoning tu.
finds one, looking for
Ui, baik
another.
tu.
Sensui to fall. It's two
Lama dah
down
buy time tu.
for Blacklist
Dapat punish
International.
2.
Flap for Edward. and
Edward down,
Sensui.
Sensui
That's a
down.
Great trade. I'll take anything.
4 lawan 3
Stops
kan.
for AP Brent right now. They're gonna crack that inhibitor up top, and I'm guessing they might be calling it endable.
Oh, that's a bare naked base. I don't want to add an air before B, and B, can they end it?
I don't think they can. They might not have enough minions. Renegade
Oh,
down.
down.
Another
Renegade
wave
down.
to be pushing
Ni
in.
end dah ni guys,
3
kat sini.
members, 4, make it, go for it. The Crystal's
Oh, heck.
in trouble. They try the last ditch effort, but AP Brand
Game pertama
will
guys
take game
dimenangkan oleh
This one
AP
is
Brand.
brought to you by our official sponsor,
GG.
FWD Life Insurance.
Kita bakal menyaksikan game yang kedua sebentar saja lagi guys.
Start a grand finals. Back to their